Tateric, yes. You know, when it comes to T-clocks, I'm not as anal about it as I should be, but yeah, I'm pretty on top of it. However, I'm really OCD when it comes to making sure that I've got the correct tire pressure in my tires. And unfortunately, this is like a total pain in the ass. Why aren't like 90-degree bend stems standard on all motorcycles? I have no idea. But first off, getting it in the right position on and off the bike to where you can access it's a pain, and then trying to get this in where you can take a pressure check is a pain in the butt, even if you get one of these little extenders, which I highly recommend, to ease the pain of airing up your tires. It still takes some time. It's 2020. There's gotta be a better way. Well, hello, better way. Yep, Amazon just came and dropped off a box. So let's take a look, see what's in here. It's a big box for these little things. We have the FOBO 2 bike. These are Bluetooth TPMS modules for motorcycle. Now, I started looking around a few weeks ago at different options for TPMS solutions. That's tire pressure monitoring systems. And actually, Volts showed me a set that he got, and I really like those, except that the ones that Volts has uses a dongle that you put on your keychain to communicate and transmit the tire pressure, and I don't need another dongle. So I decided to go with the FOBO 2 because it works with your smartphone via an app. Let's open these up and take a look, see what they look like. Okay, so we've got this open now, and what's in the box are the two sensors. These are the Bluetooth sensors that you're going to put on your valve stem. Pop one of these out. It just screws on in place of your valve stem cap that you've got on your bike now. These use batteries, and let's see, I think the batteries are already installed. Yep, they already have the batteries installed and ready to go. So the idea is that this attaches to your valve stem, and then you connect this through Bluetooth to an app on your phone, and these will transmit your tire pressure to the app on your phone. So you can always see what the PSI is on your tires, and then at the same time, I do believe they will also send an alert to your phone if they detect that your air pressure is getting low, which is kind of cool. So those are the two sensors. And then in this other box that's in here, we have, I believe these are the two wrenches. We have a set of, actually two sets, I guess, of lock nuts. And I believe from what I read, you put the lock nut on your stem first, then the sensor, use the wrench to snug it all down, and that way someone can't make off with your sensors because they're locked down. So there's two types of security. There's a physical level of security with these, and at the same time, once we pair these with our smartphone, if someone were to take these, they cannot be repaired with another smartphone until they are unpaired through the app with the phone they were originally paired to. So yeah, maybe they can take them off somehow, but they can't do anything with them. They'll be dead. You also get, well, that's cool, an extra set of batteries. So when these start running low, they run out, and you've got replacements already there. And these look like just standard watch type batteries. So this should be able to get these at like Walgreens or whatever if you need to. And then you also get two valve stems. In case you have like rubber valve stems in your tires, then you can replace those with these. That's kind of cool. So you've got a good set of metal pieces there. So what we're going to do, I'll take this out and we will put these on the bike, and then we'll go ahead and walk through the pairing steps and take a look at the app. I think these are going to do exactly what I want them to do. It's that time of year, you know, it's September, fall's here, or will be here very rapidly, and we're getting ready to head out on a trip in a couple of days, going out to West Virginia for a long weekend of riding up in the mountains. And I believe from what I saw on the weather report, the weather will be varying between, you know, low 80s down into the 60s at night. And of course, we all know what happens to your tire pressure when the temperature's going up and down like that. Especially mine, because I'm pretty sure at this point I've got mostly air and less nitrogen in my tires. Anyway, let's go out to the garage, take a look, and I'll see you over there. So the first step in installing these was to go ahead and air up my tires and make sure that I had them at the correct tire pressure. Then what I'm going to do is take one of these locking nuts, and you'll notice there's a little flange piece that comes down on one side. You want that actually going towards the bottom of the stem. So we're just going to go up here. So we're going to screw this down. We don't want to over tighten it, just finger tight, snug it down, because we're actually going to bring this up once we get the sensor installed. So there's the locking nut. Now we're going to take the sensor itself and we're going to put that on top. And then again, screw that down. Put this one down pretty snug. You can hear the air release. Now it's on. That's pretty good. And then you're going to take the little wrench. You get two of these, so I'll keep one in the garage and one in the bag. And it will show you on the top the directions to lock and unlock. So we're going to turn it this way to lock. And what you want to do is slide this around that locking nut on the bottom and then turn it. Keep turning it. Until it is tight up against the bottom of the stem or the sensor. And that's it. Now you can't take that sensor off. So the only way to get the sensor off is then to take this little wrench and then loosen that locking nut, and then your sensor will come off. That's it. I'm going to put the one on the front tire, and then we're going to download the app and connect these bad boys. The first thing you'll want to do is to download the FOBO 2 app. When you launch it, you need to press the red X there at the bottom to create a profile for your bike. You have the option of creating a record for a motorcycle, bicycle, or trike. Select the motorcycle, then name the profile. You can also add a photo of the bike at this point if you would like, but you can do that later as well. Same with the vehicle details at the bottom. Don't worry about the recommended pressure settings at this point. Once you complete that screen, hit the Save button at the top right and you'll be taken back to the home screen. Select the profile that you just created and you'll see a notice to pair your front sensor by touching your phone to the sensor. Hit Proceed and follow the instructions and let the app do its thing. My front sensor paired easily the first time I tried, but it took me a few tries to get the rear sensor to pair. I had to remove and reinstall the sensor a couple of times before it worked, but since pairing, everything's been solid. It might be best to download the app first, then wait until you get ready to pair before putting the sensors on the tires. Let me know in the comments below if that works better for you. Once both sensors are paired, touch the settings icon on the right of the screen, then go ahead and put in the values for your recommended pressure settings. I ended up using the settings you see here on the screen after initially setting my max settings too low. More on that later. The pressure and temp of your tires will fluctuate a great deal while riding based on various conditions. Certainly more than I thought they would before using this system to monitor things. That's it, you're done. Now you can easily check the pressure of your tires with the app when you're within close proximity of your bike. Easy peasy.
Eventually.
We are back from West Virginia. Had a great trip. Just a couple of thoughts on the FOBO 2s. I will say these things are awesome. See if I can get down. You can see it's right down there. It was really cool to be able just to walk out to the bike in the morning and hit the app and get a tire pressure reading. As you can see right now I'm a little low. I need to air up the tires a little bit now that I'm back. I usually keep my front at 36 and my rear at 40. You can see right now down to about 35 and almost 39. The app also, besides showing you the tire pressure, also shows you the temperature, which I didn't realize heated up as much as it does when you're riding it. And it also shows you the battery life or the current charge on both the units, so you know when the batteries are getting down. One thing that I really didn't like so much about the app, or the system I guess, is when you set up the minimum and maximum range on the tire pressure for both the front and the rear tire, what happens is if you exceed that minimum or maximum, an alarm goes off. And I was probably, I don't know, 30 minutes into my ride going over to the meetup point the other day, and all of a sudden this loud alarm goes off in my helmet. Big flashing alert comes on my phone and tells me that I've got a quote-unquote breach on my front tire. So I immediately pulled over thinking I picked up a nail. What that really meant was that I had exceeded my maximum because I had my maximum set too low. Like I had it set for like 38 and it went to 39. This alarm goes off. So you want to make sure that you set those minimum and maximums for a good range. Like I said, I had no idea how much the temperature and the tire pressure varied as you're riding. Right now I've got my front minimum set for 33, maximum 40. In the rear, the minimum's 37, the max is 44. And that's how I rode the whole time we were in West Virginia, up in the mountains. And the alarm never went off. And I could monitor the, where it was within that range. And it did vary quite a bit. I mean, coming out to the bike in the morning, we would be, I don't know, 15, 18 degree swings during the day. So coming out in the morning, everything's really cool. It was cool just to be able to look down, like I said, and say, oh, okay, I'm, where I need to be on tire pressure. So that's it. 2 thumbs up for the FOBO 2s. If you want to pick these up, I have an affiliate link from Amazon down in the description of this video. I've been talking to the guys over at FOBO. They said they'd give me a discount code to hand out. I may put that down in the description later. When I looked at it, it was actually cheaper for me and faster to order them from Amazon directly because I have Amazon Prime than it was to get a discount off the FOBO 2s and then pay for the shipping, because I think the shipping was like 20-something bucks. And then it took more than, overnight to get here. But anyway, check the description down below if you're interested in getting these. I'm gonna get back on Sophie. We're doing a little shakedown run after her recent fall. And I need to clean her up because, God, she's like dirty as hell still. Yucko. You guys have a good one. Peace.